Trust your gut is one of the worst advices you can ever listen to. Have you ever had one of those moments where you just know something is off, but you can't quite explain why? Or maybe you have a strong feeling that something is right and you are supposed to do something, you are supposed to go somewhere, yet you again can't put your finger on it for some reason. Sometimes we call this a gut feeling, but is it really just your gut talking, or is there something more going on? And then there is intuition, that inner sense that seems to pull everything together without you even trying. Today, we're gonna break down the two concepts of gut feeling and intuition so you can understand what's really behind those aha moments. We're gonna be talking about intuition versus gut and why you really should not listen to somebody telling you just trust your gut. Hi, if you're new here and don't know me yet, I'm Yvonne Hyman, aka Evie from Ask Evie, and I help digital entrepreneurs and service providers turn their passion into profit by automating their business so you can dominate your industry. Let's talk about gut feeling. You know that rush of emotion that suddenly hits? That's your gut feeling. Gut feeling is often immediate and comes like deep inside, and it's followed with high blood pressure and your heart racing, and it's just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Gut feeling comes as a wave. It is impactful. It is strong. Research also has shown that gut feeling are deeply connected to our body's autonomic nervous system. That system controls all involuntarily body function. You don't have to think about breathing, you are just breathing. And not just that, it's also your heart rate, your digestion. It is what triggers our fight or flight mode. It is way back when, before there was even a thinking of you, where nature was like, ooh, bad thing, go run. That's your autonomic nervous system. It does things to your body to make sure you survive. Now the problem with that is that nowadays we don't have to run from a tiger anymore wanting to eat us. However, patterns are still ingrained in our nervous system where that can go south. Anxiety, panic attack, live. Why are we freaking out over social media? It's not gonna kill us. That is where the gut feeling comes in and potentially bites us in the booty, because it is a reaction. It is a potential fight or flight reaction. So for example, panic attacks. That's literally where your nervous system goes wrong and it's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna die because somebody does better on social media. And you're going into anxiety and you're going into a panic attack. That is your body reacting on something perceived that is not there. Well, we are not dying. Our body doesn't need to go into fight or flight and do something. However, it happens and you can retrain your nervous system. You can learn dealing with it. But this is the downside of trusting your gut. We'll come back around this here in a second after we dive deeper into intuition. How does intuition show up? Intuition shows up with, oh, what just happened? It is more of a calm and collected knowing. There is no burst of adrenaline. There is no initial butterflies. There might be once you realize what just came to you, what you just downloaded, what your intuition just told you. What happens is your brain connects all kinds of different patterns and knowledge. And I literally do this on client calls. The first time my clients see me in that, I have to warn them. I'm like, just give me 5 minutes. Just let me talk through this. I'll make sense of it for you later on. Because what happens is my intuition kicks in, but I have to talk through it. Meaning, okay, so you wanted this and that and here. My brain, by talking through this, makes all these connections and patterns and what's happening, where's the issue, and suddenly, literally just by talking through, my intuition, my knowledge kicks in and I'm like, here it is. That's what intuition is. Intuition is not your drama TV. It's not full of emotions. It just is calm. Another study called Making Management Decisions, the Role of Intuition and Emotion from Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh found that intuition relies on patterns, like I just explained to you. Our brain has picked those up from previous experiences, and you might not even be consciously aware of them. Now, as I just explained to you, I make them consciously aware. If I would just be in my brain, it would be subconscious, and my clients have no idea what the hell I'm talking about and how I came to that decision. By speaking them out, I bring it to their conscious. They now suddenly know what's happening and know how I came to that decision, which helps them later on make the right decision. You can do the same thing. When intuition speaks to you, ask the question why. You can bring the decision making that has happened in your brain from the subconscious of, oh, I just know this is right, to, okay, how do I know this? Why do I know this? If you want to bring it into the conscious. This study also highlighted that people who trust their intuition can make effective decisions in complex situations because their brain is just drawing from a big amount of subconscious knowledge. That's one of the reasons why I can't step on stage and just talk for hours. The knowledge is in you. You have it. So if you are in a situation where you can't think about it, you don't have time to prep, and you are just being put on the spot, you pull all of that information, and that's exactly what intuition is. One of these, oh my God, intuition just pops up, actually happened to me in the middle of a podcast. I was guest, I wasn't the one hosting, and the host asked me, what is your goal? Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years? And I wasn't prepped for the question. The questions we had prepped were already taken care of, and suddenly it was just coming out of me. Initially, I was literally just talking. I had not planned on this. I not even consciously had any plans for what this is going to look like. This was complete new to me and just came out of me, where I suddenly were talking about, cool, yes, I want to turn Ask Evie into an educational company. I want to sister that up with a nonprofit to be able to give scholarships to women that want to turn their passion into profit, to be able to have physical locations with offices and training facilities on the bottom, living arrangements on the top, to be able to support women that do want to get and have to get out of a situation they don't want to be in, to be able to turn their passion into profit and building their own business, supporting them with potential other scholarships to get food, to connect them with other local nonprofits, to get their feet back on the ground, to have childcare for them to really learn how to fish, to really provide an institution that doesn't leave any needs open for women to get out of situations they don't want to be in and be able to support themselves. And I'm still to this day getting goosebumps when I talk about it. And that was not a brainstorming session. That was not a, where do I see the business in 5 years? This was literally my intuition kicking in, knowing exactly this is where we are going. It was calm, it was collective. Now, after the podcast, where I'm like, what did I just say? What did I just claim? What did I just do? Whole nother story. That's when my gut kicked in. That's when my limiting belief said, oh, you're never gonna get there. You're never gonna make that happen. And that's why you shouldn't trust your gut, but rather your intuition. So how do you make the difference? Intuition is calm and quiet. It's based in your experience, and it is long-term focused. It is unemotional and objective. Now again, once you realize what your intuition just told you, you might get into the gut reaction. The gut reaction then is fully emotional. Chances are you're gonna feel like puking or running, or you're gonna die if it goes really bad, panic attack. A gut reaction is emotional and immediate. It is right now. It is survival oriented. Something in your body is like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, no matter if that is true or not. A gut reaction is impulsive and, as the name already says, reactionary. It is, oh my God, I have to do something. Oh my God, I have to get out of here. It is visceral. It is body focused. And that's how you make the difference. So don't trust your gut but rather trust your intuition. It doesn't have to be the Housewives of OC drama. That's not what we are going for. Calm and collective means it's your intuition. So I hope this breakdown of gut feeling versus intuition was helpful and gave you some insights on how you make the right decision. Remember, whether you're trusting your gut or following your intuition, both play a role in how we navigate our lives. It's all about finding that balance of knowing and when to listen to each one. If you had any experience where your gut feeling or intuition really came into play, I'd love to hear about them. Drop them in the comments below. I would really love to hear them. And if you haven't yet, go check out my last video where I was talking about the YouTube game and trusting my gut over trusting my intuition, because that's actually what I did there. I built on emotions and fear rather than following what I knew I should be doing. And thanks so much for watching. As always, I appreciate your support. Keep trusting your instincts and intuition, and I'll catch you in the next video.